mis Francis Mulroney Tá coní orm nu éireach ar fá bliana inis agus nuair bhog mé an seo ar dús. Ní ra mé gur a golóir ama a chahabh lehéir ag eile, bhí mé gur trí le bhaint as cultúr státeinte America ach ag an am céine bhí sé Thbheith táhachtach dom go go bhanhin ag léir na ghilga agus go dúirhin an ghilga lom. So Casméid bhí aithna go mar duine nó birt a ra ghilga acu sa chathair agus casmé lob agus thosaigh méid freistal ar an glub léir. Agus lean sé ráid agus inis dearhann gur ball gníomhach mé de cultúr ghailach nuair éireach agus go gnéanam iirecht an ghilge a cothú sa chathair. Bím sé freistal ar himachtaí agus tá sé go héntaach agus bím sé ag múna agus is bralum a bheith a castal le daine eile bhfuil an spéis céine acu satanga, mar go bhfuil an passion ionach acu nach bhecinn tú Somália. So meas an bhfuil sé thar bheith táhachtach go mímuid ag léirt na ghilga an seo, mar i nua éireach go háirithe tá star ionach ag antanga sa chathair agus daine a thosaigh branse de chunar na ghilga agus daine a bhí ag múna ó tús de daine a bheith ag bog an seo ó Héireann. Cúpla sráid ó mo dheach féin inis chur Thomas Clark cén de híanathirí foróga na Héireann in 1960 chur sé tús le Cumann Gaelach agus bhí sé ag múna agus níl sé ach cúpla sráidhaim níl sé a bhádhaim agus chur muhím golóidir go bhfuil nasca gom le na daine seo inis agus is mat le mé go bhfuil an rud céine á dhéanamh agam go háirithe Thomas Clark mar gur rugach is é chusúlam féin agus go bhfuil na spéis na céine aige ní dóhfuilm gnéananig mé rud éigen cosúla áirú amach le linn mahéal ach go bhfuil cosúlachtaí adarinn like, massam go bhfuil sé go bhfuil an cosúlach sin go héntaach agus tásúla gom go maiid mé an rud éigen cosú leis an éacht a bhain sé féin amach le ag chur an Gaelga chun cín sa chathair go maiid mé an rud céine a dhéanamh. Agus mé in Éireann, bhí mé gobar le cnúsach béile is Éireann ar fad tamlín agus is bralum an cultúr sin a bhí acu go raibh siad ag roiing scéalte agus na scéalte granmhre agus scanrúla a bhí acu agus na nósna, na tósna, na seanachil is star sever ionach é agus measam go bhfuil sé fós aguain agus go bhfuil na Héireannig go mar phobal ag roiin scéalte le na céile agus gur scéalathe ma aguain agus gur bhhalam go leannig an cultúr sin aráig go maiid muid an an fiú cabbétanga ina bhfuil si aon se aguain go maiid muid na leantarráig leis an cultúr sin. Thusig mé ag obair leis an cnúsach béile dus Éireann ar fad tamlín bhí mé ag obair le Fiontrain DCU ag an am agus bhí muid ag comhaidbrú le UCD leis an bailúchána chur ar líne, so thus muid amach le bailúchána scoil agus ba bailúchána sin a chur si le céile sna trocadí agus chur siad amach leabhar gan don na scolanna thart faoin tír agus bhí ar na dáltaí scoile dul chuig tuismóirí, sean tuismóirí, scéalathe sa counter agus béile is na bhailú agus tá cnúsach ionach sever acu banis ach an rud ná go bhfuil sé curtha i seomra agus ní féidir. Is féidir a daine dulateach agus é a léamh gaciile lech bíonn sé Jackar go tá daine a chur scéalte isteach ann atá fós beo agus ach tá siad thbheith sean, so tá sé Jackar dómh teachtasteach agus iad a léamh. So an rud atá muinte géir dhéanamh ná idir fad a chur ar lína iad a dhéag tú agus bhí mé gobar sin agus ag ag déanamh trascríomh ar na scéalte agus i chur ord agus agar orthub agus bhí sé ionach spéisiúil mar obair mar go bhfuil na scéalte cógranmhar sin agus có spéisiúil sin agus go bhfuil napáistí féin thar a bheith granmhar agus na nósna bhíonn siad ag léirt faoi just is rud iontaché go daine in ann dul isteach ar dúchas buncaí inis agus idir fád a léamh agus an cultúir sin a thuirlinn. I've lived in New York for about a year now. When I first moved over, I didn't really want to spend an awful lot of time with Irish people because my aim was I want to be a US correspondent, so I want to learn about US culture. But it was still really important that I spent time with Irish speakers because it's something I'd invested so much time into when I was growing up, and it took me a long time to learn it. I wanted to keep going. And I already knew a few people, and I met up with them. I started going to an Irish language book club, and from here on out, I've just really gone to as many events as possible, and I love that I feel like a real member of a community here. When you move to such a massive city, it's so hard to feel that you're part of something, but the Irish language community here is really lovely. Even they're a little bit older than me, but I kind of like that in a way because I feel they look after me an awful lot, and I have loads of foster parents and grandparents who look after me and invite me to things. And I found out a little while ago that Thomas Clark, one of the signatories of the 1916 Rising, that he set up this Irish language club a few blocks from my house where I live right now in 1902. I think he set it up, and I just think it's amazing that I feel that I have a similarity with someone who is such a hero in Irish history, and it makes me feel good about myself that I'm kind of doing similar things to him. Not that I'm going to take part in a revolution and like try and shoot the British anytime soon, but that there is that little link between me and someone who's so historically important.
Are you still in the book club? Is it still meeting?
Yes, I missed yesterday, but yeah, we only meet about once every 2 to 3 months. The book club meets in the Irish Centre in Queens, and because we're people who are learning the language and everyone's very busy, so we don't meet up too often because it takes a while to get through the book sometimes. When you have to look up words in the dictionary the whole time, it takes a while. But it's great. It's just nice to get together and chat to people in Irish. It's something that I missed when I first moved over because I worked completely through Irish when I was with the folklore collection in UCD, and I worked in DCU on Irish language research projects. So I was so used to speaking Irish day to day, and I missed it. It's a weird thing to say that you miss the language, but when you invest so much time, it's nice to keep it going. I was working with the National Folklore Collection while I was with the Funter School in DCU. What we were working on was digitising the collection, and it's going to take a very long time, but we started off with the school's collection, which was compiled in the 1930s, and they sent out blank copybooks to all the schools around the country. The kids went out to their parents, grandparents, to their neighbours, local storytellers, and collected everything from telling young girls how they were going to find a husband to talking about the banshee. So it's really an insight into 1930s Ireland and that kind of the superstitions. A lot of it is very superstitious. They have funny stories. I remember coming across one about parents warning their kids to stay away from a priest because he ate children. Things like telling girls that, you know, they had to. We have this holiday called Women's Christmas. It's on the 6th or 8th of January, and telling girls that they had to do this and this on that day to find a husband. So it's great, and I was working on digitising that and making it available it is available to the public anyway, but that it's easy for them to go in and look at it any time they want, because there's people who wrote for this collection that are still alive, not many of them left, but it's difficult for them to go in and see what they wrote. So it's a really important collection of Irish history, and I thought I really enjoyed being part of the process to make it available.